a child is born, there is a lot of rejoicing, a hope for a better tomorrow. Why? Because it is said that children are the future of tomorrow. But then it becomes alarming, heart-aching, dehumanizing when you wake up in the morning to put on your television set only to hear stories of a girl child who has just been molested. Or the times you step out of your house only to hear your neighbors talk about the next neighbor's child who has just been sexually abused by her father, her brother, her cousin, her uncle, her friend, or even a teacher. Now she lives with this pain all her life without knowing who to talk to. According to UNICEF, 6 out of 10 children in Nigeria experience emotional, physical, or sexual abuse before age 18 and have experienced physical violence. Sexual violence is a common phenomenon and it occurs worldwide. Statistics suggest that in some countries, 1 in 5 women report sexual violence by their confidants. The most prevalent form of sexual abuse is the defilement of children, and the girl child is more vulnerable. Most victims are molested by their parents, landlords, teachers, pastors, drivers, neighbors, close associates, you name it. Victims of sexual abuses suffer harsh impact due to excessive force and abuse by the perpetrators. More so, victims suffer from serious health risks such as HIV/AIDS, fear, insecurity, anxiety, and much more. About 45.8% of the sexually abused children stated that they were sexually abused within the age of 14 to 17 years, while 37.5% were abused within the age of 10 to 13 years. The other 16.7% of children were victimized within the age of 6 to 9 years. Regarding the perpetrators, 55.8% are strangers, while 29.2% are relatives. The remaining 15.0% constitute mainly of the unknown acquaintances. Most of the sexually abused girls are illiterate and uneducated. It shows that more than half of the sexually abused cases were not reported to the police because of social stigma. About 1/3 reported the incident because their family members dreaded harassment as the aftermath of the report. Another factor for not reporting the sexually abused cases is the threats from the perpetrators to suppress the reports. Law enforcement agencies and NGOs should think over the issue of reporting, and efforts should be made to increase reporting. Otherwise, perpetrators will keep abusing innocent children. Socioeconomic data clearly indicates the relationship between illiteracy, poverty, and parental poor educational background. About 93.3% of the victim girls came from a nuclear family where only the husband, the wife, and their children lived together, while 6.7% came from a joint family where couples, their children, and relatives stayed together. 38.3% of the correspondents' fathers and 70.8% of their mothers are illiterate. About 33.3% of their fathers and 19.2% of their mothers studied up to primary education. Only few, 19.2% of their fathers, 8.4% of their mothers had the opportunity to study up to secondary education. About 25.0% of their fathers were engaged in providing services, while 28.3% were involved in casual services, and 5% were casual workers. This is why I have put up this initiative, Project GGI for the Girl Child, just so I could be a voice to her by guiding and guiding her to a better future. Project GGI, which means Guide Initiative for the Girl Child, is aimed at creating awareness and educating the girl child in schools via seminars and newspaper publications. The initiative seeks to advocate more awareness that will bring to end girl child sexual abuses. My name is Queen Christabel Wilson, Miss Charity Queen Beauty of Africa International Pageant 2017-2018.